projects. The HVAC projects, you may recall, we awarded back in the fall. We have been moving aggressively with that contractor, processing equipment submittals. They have things on order. If you've been by Applegarth School, you'll see several feedback storage containers there that are loaded with equipment. You've been receiving the HVAC equipment that is to go in, ready to start installation soon. We've had them out there several days a week doing exploratory work. He's gearing up and getting ready to go as soon as school lets out. You also recall we talked about 3 phases of this project. You need a new electric service to run all the HVAC equipment. We awarded that contract this time last year. We actually opened the bids in March of 2024. And at the time, we communicated to the board that there was an 18-month lead time for some of the electrical components, which would put us past June when we needed to start the work. We said we'd closely monitor that, and if it didn't come to fruition, then we'd have to look at an alternate plan B. So some good news and bad news. The good news is JCP&L with transformer has indicated that they have that ready. That's a major component of the electric work. However, there are other components, primarily what's called switchgear, that is not available. It was originally indicated to be shipping in October of 2026. We've now improved that to August. Manufacturer will not go beyond that August commitment. However, it is possible that they will beat that. The situation this puts us in is you award the roof project. And we talked before about how the roof and the HVAC go hand in hand. Right now, the roof is covered with 50, 60-year-old HVAC equipment that is going to be removed. We didn't want to do those roofs last summer because we would have worked around that existing HVAC equipment. And this summer, when the new stuff comes in, we would tear it all off, cut holes elsewhere. It would really damage your roof. It's not the proper way to go about it. So now, starting in the end of school year, we can tear off all the old HVAC equipment, put down the new roofs, roof around the new HVAC equipment, and then you need simply to be able to plug in the electric. That is the conflict we have now. We won't have the electric service at this time ready for the start of school. So what are your options? Option 1 is you say, stop, we're going to wait until that stuff comes in, and then you would have to delay the project until next summer 2026. If you were to do that, you will be looking at delay claims from the HVAC contractor because he's mobilized and ready to do work now. Things such as his labor rates, union contracts, et cetera, will increase. Just general inflation will rise his cost up and he would be entitled to a substantial cost increase. The same thing happens with the roof project. As I indicated, oil now below $60 a barrel, we got great prices. Next summer, if oil's up $80, $90 a barrel, you could be looking at major 6 figures, even possibly a 7 figures increase in the cost of the roof project. You would not have enough in the RIDE grant to be able to do the work. So your other option is look for a plan B. If we cannot open in September, we need a month, maybe as much as 2 months. What do we do to house the students? So administration is working on various plan Bs, house students elsewhere. Some things have been discussed, keeping the trailers across the middle school, which would house 8 classrooms. Dr. Lehman, I think, indicated we have 8 4th grade and 8 5th grade as the basis. So that could house 1 grade level. And we're looking at other options. Catholic school over in Spotswood, for example, will be vacated in June. We're looking at some township properties, et cetera. So we have some plans or some ideas for some plan Bs. The decision to move forward, though, is kind of upon us now. You either award this roof contract next week and make the commitment to do these things. You work up several plan Bs. We've got several months ahead of us to communicate to parents and put our plans in place for the start of school. And then we hope that maybe by mid-July, this electric stuff comes in and we start the work. I can tell you that we're not looking at delays by the electric contractor because it is in his best interest to get this work done. There is what is known as a liquidated damage clause in his contract. So for every day he is late, pays a $500 a day fine. He has not a big profit margin on this, so if he's a month or 2 late, he's looking at tens of thousands of dollars in lost profit. So it is in his best interest to get this done. When the equipment comes in, I'm assured that he will be working 7 days a week, extra shifts in order to make sure that we can open in time for September should that possibility arise. So that's what we're looking at the other 2 components of the project.
So the probability, given that he's also bound by the contract, the probability is there more for it happening on time. Like we need a plan B, I understand, but is it 50-50? What would you say that we should be putting our emphasis on plan B as a 50-50 probability, or
With the global environment right now, with tariffs and global prices, I wouldn't know what to tell you. As we know, it changes day to day, so.
we need a plan B? Yeah.